Sup with it, guys, you got Excellent Name here, back again for my week 5 match of ASL up against TJ. I did accidentally upload a video with no mic audio recorded, so this is going to be a re-upload if you think you're re-watching the same video. But regardless, we end up bringing a Chesto Resto Slowbro, Choice Specs Raikou, D-Dance Visage, Altaria, Mega, Flying EMC, Defog, Torn T, Fast Bit F, Kabalion with Rocks, Close Combat, Volt Switch and Toxic, and Lightning Rod, Marowak, Alolan with Shadow Bone, Toxic, Fire Punch, and Pain Split. Looking at the matchup, he brings an interesting team with Uxie, Registeel, Garbodor, Rabombi, Ordino, and Kyurem. The biggest surprises to me were the lack of Suicune and the lack of Rotom. He also didn't bring stuff like Mega Gallade and Mandibuzz, which was cool to see. So looking at it, I figured that Calm Mind Restro is going to have a field day against him because he doesn't really have much that can break it very easily except for the Rabombi, which is of course going to start getting walled once I get some nice Calm Minds up. And also pivoting around with Specs Raikou, Torn T into primarily the Marowak Alolan is going to be really nice because he doesn't have any kind of 50-50 between Fire Punch or Shadow Bone. I can just spam the Fire Punch as much as I want. So that's the game plan going in. We lead the Raikou because he doesn't have electric immunity, and we can just get a nice Volt Switch off for free. He obviously goes into Kyurem as it's his only resist, and it just eats it up quite handily, but I can go into Kabalion here and get up my free rocks as he goes into the Uxie, and then I can just Volt Switch out. I don't want to take a knockoff or a Thunder Wave or anything, so I think Slowbro is my safest play here. Marowak could have given me some nice offensive pressure, but I feel like I can just get off a free Scald with Slowbro anyway, don't want to risk anything. And I do get the bone here. Going Ordino means that I feel like I can get some nice free Calm Minds up. Ordino can't really do much to touch me except for Toxic, and of course I do have the rest. I go for Scald there, just thinking he might swap out, fearing me to continue setting up. But he does pack the Toxic, so he's obviously going to feel fairly safe to stay in. I can just keep on setting up though as he just kind of stays around, dicks around with the Ordino. And then at this point I feel like I'm too low and do need a rest, because if he attacked me twice plus the Toxic damage I would have died. But he can't really touch me outside of the Toxic, as you see there. Return does 14%, so I can just click Scald to try to get a kill here. Kind of forgot that he clicked Wish, don't know why, but now I can just click Psyshock and then Scald to try to get some big damage off onto something. But he goes into the Registeel here, which takes very little, and I don't get a burn or anything like that. So he goes for his rocks here as I just rest because I want to reset the Toxic turns there. I feel like Registeel probably can't really beat me. But Seismic Toss does unfortunately kill me through the rest because he outspeeds me. So, well, he doesn't kill me, but I have to keep on clicking rest, so I can't actually do anything to him except for PB stall the Seismic Tosses. So at that point, since I will wake up next turn, I just go into Marowak to start putting on the pressure with Fire Punch. He doesn't have a swap in at all, so it's just Force Protect to try to get some recovery. And then he goes into Garbodor here, which is really nice for me. He's weakening the Garbodor for Mega Altaria to potentially do something. I go into Kabalion fearing something like a Dark Pulse as he reveals to be Stomping Tantrum. And he just goes for his spikes. I go for the Volt Switch there because I don't have Iron Head, I have Close Combat, so I couldn't kill him off there. And then I go into the Torn T to just defog away the hazards. Don't want to keep those up. And then I'll go hard into Kabalion on the Gunk Shot. I can take a Stomping Tantrum even though the Gunk Shot failed. It only does 45% still, and now I can kill him off with the Close Combat. So at this point, we're looking to be in a pretty good position. I get up my rocks here as he goes into the Uxie to start setting up Calm Minds. Surprising set, but I am prepared with the Toxic. That was mainly there for Suicune and stuff like that. But it also works quite nicely here, as I can now just swap out into my Slowbro. I figure Slowbro probably walls this thing pretty effectively, but he actually reveals to be Z move Shattered Psych, which is enough to kill me, just barely. So really good preps there, but I can just go into Taunt T. He's toxic, he's taking big damage. I can U-turn out as he goes into the Registeel. This gives me a free Marowak, obviously, which is going to be enough to put on a lot of pressure. Once again, as he decides to just get up the rocks, giving me the 5-punch off. So this is looking really nice for my Mega Altaria. His team is super weakened and now dead. All of his actual answers to the Altaria are really pretty much dead, so I can just, whenever I get the opportunity to bring in the Altaria, I can just set up pretty freely. Uxie is going to be something that I can set up on pretty comfortably. As I do Volt Switch out there, he is going to heal back up to full pretty much, but he is toxic, so I can just set up DD here as he sets up a Calm Mind. But I know that I live a Psychic regardless of his Calm Mind, so I feel safe to DD again. I need that second DD to kill Ordino off and to outspeed a potential Scarf Kyurem. And now I can just roost until he's put in range of the Facade, which he is this turn. So I kill him off there as he goes into Ordino, and I feel just safe to roost here. Facade doesn't necessarily kill him. And I figure his only real recourse is the Toxic. Return did not do enough damage to me to really hurt, and now he's just boosted up my Facade, so I'm able to knock him out pretty easily with the Facade. And now he has no answer to this. I outspeed the Scarf Kyurem, which he did say he was at the end of the game, and I of course outspeed the Ribombee because the Ribombee is not packing the Scarf, and even if it was, the Marowak would have won at the end. So GG, well played to TJ. I think he probably could have done a little bit better at keeping the Registeel alive. He definitely shouldn't have stayed in with the with it on Marowak, I feel, because he did kind of need it to not lose to the Altaria. It wasn't really my game plan to win with the Altaria. The Altaria was mainly there to check like Suicune if it was on like Fish for Scald Burns and stuff like that on me, and check Mandibuzz and stuff. With D-Dance being there if I was able to weaken the team, but I didn't necessarily expect that to be my main answers. Of course, I expected the Raikou to just Volt Switch around and bring in the Marowak and stuff as much as possible. But regardless, it worked out quite nicely. Hopefully, next week we'll be able to get some more work done with the Raikou. We do fight Brett next week, so I'm thinking that Raikou can hopefully do something one of these weeks, if not next week at least. So stay tuned for next week. See you guys next time.